first things first, Jason, just want to thank you again for always taking the time. We know the holiday season's a little hectic, but thanks for joining us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, actually. We really appreciate the coverage this year and the support from everybody, yourself included. So happy to do it anytime.
Let's begin with, it's been a whirlwind year for yourself and the organization. Thinking back to this time last year, could you have imagined, how this first season would have gone with the attendance records and the success on the court as well?
Yeah, no, to be honest, I had hopes and aspirations. We had a lot of plans, but yeah, we had there was no wildest dream even scenario that saw us doing as well as we did this year. Not just the tangible things that you hope for when you're doing something like this, ticket sales, and team did very well from a basketball perspective, won games, things like that, but just the overwhelming support from, Manitobans and Winnipeggers, folks that came out to the games. It was just such a fun, positive environment. So yeah, on every level of this thing, we were very pleasantly surprised, and yeah, it was a bit unexpected, and now we just have to try to keep it going for next year, I think. So,
was there a personal highlight for yourself when you look back on year one?
Yeah, well, there are many great moments for me personally. Just at our first game, having sold out lower bowl there, and we had our mascot rappel down from the ceiling. We did a lot of really fun things, but actually, it's I'm sort of stealing this answer because we had a media event recently where we announced our coach has signed on an extension, and a similar question was asked to our owner, David Asper, what his highlight of the year was.
I was so happy for our staff, most of whom had no experience at all at this level, and were overwhelmed and had to, learn how to swim in a tidal wave, and they succeeded. And I'm just so proud to see that happen from a human perspective.
The highlight was really just watching it turn into such an amazing thing. There was a lot of individual moments that I loved it when Chad Posthumus too scored the hometown guy, first draft pick for us, scores the winning basket at our first game. Obviously, it was an amazing moment, but all those moments coming together, as I said, to see the success of having a new franchise come back to Winnipeg, really the sort of entire arc of the whole thing was just the highlight for me, for sure.
Now this time of year, there's a lot of talk of New Year's resolutions. What are we going to change? There's not a lot of bad habits for your team to kick heading into year two, but are there any specific goals both on and off the court that you're aiming for?
Yeah, some personal resolutions, but I'll keep those out. I think that from a team perspective, I don't know if we'd say any resolutions. We've talked about just trying to make sure that we don't lose sight. This moved really quickly this year. We were all over the place. We were very reactionary, I would say. We launched in November, played our first game in May, season was over in August. It was just like a whirlwind, right? So we've spent a lot of time talking this fall about how do we make sure that we keep all of those things in perspective and don't get too caught up in sort of all the stuff that did happen. We're going to go back to the basics of what it was. So not really a resolution, but certainly a commitment to trying to stay within those same parameters that we set out in the beginning of this, which was, as I said, to be a fun, affordable, inclusive environment, play some good basketball, just stick to those basics and try to improve on bits and pieces where we can. But obviously we're going to again, try to hold on to the values that we started out with. It was a real amazing year for us, and I think we just want to give back to people as much as we can through improving where we can, but hopefully keeping some of that spirit alive as well.
That's perfect, Jason. As I said at the beginning, really appreciate your time as always. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's to your family. And I think I speak for many when I say I'm looking forward to see what you guys have in store for an encore in year two.
Well, it's very kind of you. Happy holidays to you as well. And we'll keep you posted as we move ahead. But we're very excited to come around the bend into the new year and get started. Basketball free agency starts in February, so we're almost ramping up again. So, and I'm really looking forward to it. And thanks very much again for your support.